All right, let's talk about something we all deal with. That one conversation. You know the one I'm talking about. The one you know you have to have, but you keep putting off. Today, we're going to dive into exactly those moments and how learning to handle them can, honestly, change just about everything.
And this quote from C. Northcote Parkinson just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It perfectly captures the danger of just not talking. Because that silence, that void, it doesn't stay empty. It gets filled up with all the bad stuff, the worst-case scenarios, the misunderstandings, the poison.
So let me ask you straight up, what's the conversation you're avoiding right now? Seriously, take a second. I bet one just popped right into your head. Is it with your boss, your partner, a friend? We all have one. Just keep that specific conversation in your mind as we go through this.
Okay, so first things first, we have to define what we're even talking about here. What exactly is a crucial conversation? What are the ingredients that turn a totally normal chat into one of those?
Here's the textbook definition. It's basically a perfect storm of three things happening all at once. Number one, the stakes are high. The outcome really matters. Number two, opinions are all over the place. You and the other person just do not see eye to eye. And number three, emotions are cranked up to 11. And we're not talking about global peace talks here. This is asking for a raise or having that tense chat about money with your spouse.
So yeah, it's that specific cocktail. High stakes, different opinions, and strong emotions. That's what creates the pressure cooker. If you take one of those away, it might just be a difficult chat. But when all three are in the mix, yep, you are officially in a crucial conversation. So if we know what they are, the big question is, why are we so bad at them? Why do our communication skills seem to completely fly out the window right when we need them the most? Let's dig into that.
And isn't this the frustrating truth? It's a crazy paradox. The more a conversation matters, the less likely we are to handle it well. We shout, or we shut down completely, or we say that one thing we immediately wish we could just suck back in. And it turns out there are some very specific scientific reasons this happens.
The source material really breaks it down into three main culprits. First, believe it or not, our own biology is kind of working against us. Second, we're usually caught completely off guard. And third, well, most of us were never actually taught how to do this stuff. So let's start with our own bodies. When a conversation turns crucial, our brain basically thinks it's staring down a saber-toothed tiger. Adrenaline floods our system and our body prepares for fight or flight, neither of which, is super helpful when you're just trying to talk to your coworker about a deadline. And this shows you exactly what's happening. Blood is literally rerouted in your body. It moves away from the smart, complex reasoning parts of your brain and gets pumped to your big muscles in your arms and legs. So no, you're not imagining it. You are physically less clever in that moment, because your brain is literally being starved of resources.
And to make matters worse, these conversations almost never send you a calendar invite. They just ambush you. Your boss drops a critical comment in the hallway, or a tense topic just blows up at the dinner table. You're forced to perform in real time with that same half-starved brain. There's just no time to prep.
And the final piece of the puzzle? Most of us just haven't seen this done well. I mean, think about it. We've probably learned how to argue from bad TV shows, not from great role models. We just don't have a good blueprint for success, so every single time we're basically just winging it.
So you take our faulty biology, you add a ton of pressure, and you mix in a lack of skills, and what do you get? You get a really predictable and destructive pattern. Let's call it the self-defeating spiral.
And this is the wildest part. The things we do instinctively to try and fix the situation, they often make the problem so much worse. We end up in this vicious cycle where our actions are perfectly designed to create the exact outcome we were trying to prevent.
Let me walk you through a super relatable example. Let's say you feel like your partner's been distant and you want to feel closer. But instead of saying that, you make a sarcastic comment like, "Oh, look who decided to show up." Well, what happens next? That comment makes them want to be around you even less, so they pull away more, which makes you more upset, which leads to more sarcasm, and down the spiral goes. Your strategy created the exact opposite of what you wanted.
Okay, so this has all been a little bit about the problem, I know, but let's flip the script, because the source material makes a really bold promise about what happens when you finally get this right.
And there it is. That's the central idea. The claim is that mastering this one skill isn't just a minor improvement, it has a massive positive ripple effect on every single important part of your life.
I know. It sounds almost too good to be true, doesn't it? But the idea is that so much of what we're all chasing, a better career, stronger relationships, even better physical health, it all hinges on our ability to navigate these high-stakes moments.
So big claim, but is there any proof? Well, the authors back this up with some pretty fascinating and honestly mind-blowing research. Let's look at the data that shows this ripple effect across your life.
This gives you a great little overview. We're talking about fundamental changes to your career, the company you work for, your closest relationships, and even your physical health. And these aren't just small tweaks. Let's get into some of the specific data.
Check out this number, 90%. In one study, researchers could predict with 90% accuracy which couples would get divorced. And get this, it wasn't based on if they argued. Everyone argues. It was based entirely on how they argued. The couples who could navigate disagreement well stayed together. The ones who fell into silence or contempt, they didn't.
And the health connection is maybe even more shocking. In a study with melanoma patients, one group got just 6 weeks of training on communication skills. 5 years later, their survival rate was dramatically higher than the group that got no training. The ability to express yourself and handle stress can literally be a matter of life and death.
So, we've defined what a crucial conversation is. We get why our brains basically short-circuit during them, and we've seen the incredible benefits of getting them right. And that brings us right back to the beginning.
Remember that conversation you were thinking about a few minutes ago? The first step isn't about having the perfect words to say. It's just recognizing the moment for what it is. Now that you understand the stakes, the biology that's messing with you, and the huge potential payoff, you're already in a much better position to handle it. The only question is, what are you going to do next? Thanks for tuning in.